All right, welcome to the call, everyone. We have a wonderful presentation we're going to do today, and I hope you guys have a good experience. Hey, those people that are new to the call, uh, pay attention. Have an open mind, have an open heart, and listen up. You might have to come back, 5 or 10 times. That's perfectly okay, because I know it takes like 7 times for someone to see something before they kind of, ooh, this is what we're talking about. So this business is very different than anything that you have ever seen your entire life. Okay. First of all, it's true passive income and it works. Okay. So, and I'll talk all about that as we go. So, okay. So let's just do a quick intro on what's going on here. And then we'll get into the video. Okay. So I want to talk about, we're going to have our esteemed mentor.
I think if you look at the world today, there's $900 trillion or more of wealth in the world. A lot of that wealth is invested in real estate and equity, gold, art, currencies, corporate bonds, governmental bonds, and then a lot of that wealth is in various other forms of derivatives. The most important use case in the world, the most valuable thing in the world is just long-term capital, long-term store of value. That's worth half of all that. $450 trillion worth of long-term capital. When people struggle with what's the use case of Bitcoin or what's the use case of anything, well, the irony is they're staring right at it. It's like to be rich and stay rich forever. It's what everybody wants. It's what every kid wants. Every 3-year-old wants this. There's no one that ever lived in the history of the world that didn't want more money, more power. They wanted wealth and prosperity. So that's worth $450 trillion capital.
So that's important. And so I'm introducing what is Bitcoin and storing of wealth.
Bitcoin is the future world reserve capital network. The smartest thing for the United States is make sure they own that too. In the world post-Satoshi, money bifurcates into currency and capital. Currency is the medium of exchange. It's the legal tender. It's the dollar is the world reserve currency, and everything else in the world is pegged to the dollar. The United States owns the world reserve currency. It's a great advantage for us. The other aspect of money is capital, long-term store of value. I don't need to buy coffee with it. I don't need to pay my rent with it. I want to feed my family 100 years from now with it. I want to be rich forever with it. Money in the form of capital is a profoundly new idea.
Okay, and that is really important as well because Bitcoin. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Bitcoin as we go along. And
capital assets in the 20th century aren't money. Currency is money, but currency is not a good capital asset. Post Satoshi, all of a sudden we have a money which is a capital asset, which is Bitcoin. And now the significance of what's going on with the strategic Bitcoin reserve is the United States is going to own the world's reserve capital network, Bitcoin. We're going to mine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin miners run the world reserve capital network. Bitcoin holders own the world reserve capital. If you want a prescription for prosperity in the 21st century, there's no better prescription than to own the world's reserve capital, run the world's reserve capital network, benefit from the growth of the world's reserve capital assets.
Got my messages about that. It's exploding. We're in phase 2 of growth. The company is absolutely exploding. And I just want to thank you all. I want to thank you all for your dedication, perseverance, continue, being part of this journey. You've all been so amazing. And I'm so proud of all of you for doing what you're doing. So keep it up. But really, I just want to really get on here today and let you know the special day. Today, Wednesday, December 18th, is the 8-month anniversary. I bought my very first booster on the 18th of April, and I bought one for my daughter. We started with one each. You guys, some of you know the story. And so it's been that many months. So April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, 8 months. If I was a lady, I could have had a baby by now. But instead, I gave birth to 10,000 of you. We got over 10,000 grandkids now in the family tree. Amazing, right? Not even twins, not even triplets, 10,000 lovely grandkids in the family now. How about that? How about that for 8 months? Is that amazing or what?
that is super awesome. Anybody that likes that, put a 1 in the chat. All right. Okay, so that brings me into why we are here. Okay. And we are here. Well, Hey, Wendell, tell me about Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin for you? What can we unpack from this little video that we had here?
I would say to me, as simple as it is. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. None of us are. We're not offering any financial advice, but we are sharing with you what we've actually done. Like all three of us that are speaking today, a lot of us on here own what we're talking about. So it's as simple as supply and demand. Like you don't have to think really deep. You don't have to do a whole lot of research. It's simply supply and demand. There's 20. Just listen to the numbers because numbers don't lie. People do. People over exaggerate. 21 million Bitcoin. That's it. That's more scarce than pretty much all the financial things you can think about there, including God's money, gold, and silver. It's super, super scarce, super, super rare. 8 billion people. I'm going to estimate 1 billion of 8 billion people know what Bitcoin is, either don't have it or have it. Do you realize that that's 7 billion more people who still don't have it or don't even know about it? And there's only 21 million. And then they cut it in half every 4 years. So if they're producing 20, 4 years from now, it'd be 10, 4 years from then, it'd be 5, 4 years from then, it'd be 2. And the number is going up. Look at this, look at the red arrow that Walter's moving. There's less and less Bitcoin going down every 4 years. But look at the black line, which is Bitcoin going up every 4 years. It does not go down. That is 100% lie, in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but you can see with your eyeballs that line is not going down. It trends in one direction. Every time it comes down, it's a sale. That's all it is, a sale. Supply and demand, the best form of it I've ever seen. That's what Bitcoin is. And we get it without having to buy it. We just find a machine that does it for us. We don't mind. No arbitrage. We're literally just buying a machine. That is it. And it gives you Bitcoin.
Yeah. And then Bitcoin is the best asset in the world to own because of its scarcity, because you can't destroy it, because you can move it from one place to another very easily. Like I can send any amount I want to anywhere in the world, okay? At any amount, and it'll arrive virtually instantaneously. Okay, so it's a perfect store of wealth. Like if something happens in your government, in your country or where you are, and they steal your land, which happens all the time, you can't take your land with you. You can't take your stuff with you, and that's a problem. Okay, so this is, we're going to talk about why mining is the best way to acquire Bitcoin. Okay, there are in fact 3 ways to acquire Bitcoin. One is through selling goods and services, and you get paid in Bitcoin. Another way is that you actually buy Bitcoin, and I encourage you to do that anyways, because buying Bitcoin is because you need to be converting your wealth, fiat currency, which is going down in value every single year. It's 3.5% a year inflation. Okay, what that means is the purchasing power of your dollar is going down. Okay, that's what it means. It means that, back in the 60s, women had to go to work. So 2 family home jobs. Back in the 80s, both the mom and the dad had to find second jobs. Well, that's not true. The dad had to find second jobs. The mom had 1 job. Back in the 2000s, well, that's when the mom and the dad had to find second jobs. Why do they all have to find second jobs? Is because the power of buying money is going down. Okay, and so this is why Bitcoin is such a powerful commodity, is because it's the best asset holding wealth ever. Okay, and yeah, Wendell just spoke of it just a second ago, where the price of Bitcoin is going up and down, and every time it goes down, there's a sale, and it is inevitable. But the long term price of Bitcoin is going up. Like we're over $100,000 now. Like 15 years ago, it was $1. It was less than that. Okay, and so it does go up and down. The long term is that it's going up. Okay, So we, the best way to acquire Bitcoin is through mining. Okay. And let me tell you about how a mining machine works, just so we're all on the same page. All right. This is a mining machine. It's just a computer that does mathematical computations. That's what computers do. And so the computers do a mathematical computation. Okay. And what happens is this is a graphical interface showing what's going on the blockchain right now. Oh, and the blockchain, you can't destroy it. It's a permanent record, permanent public record. Okay? Every single one of these blocks falling down is a bit of Bitcoin being moved from place A to place B. And like I said, you can move as much as you want. That's why it's a perfect store of wealth. For example, this guy here, he sent $2.34 million worth of Bitcoin from place A to place B. This little one here, he moved $428 worth of Bitcoin, which is perfectly fine. Okay. So the way the mining works is the miner detects movement in the network. Okay? And what they do is they pick up that movement and they have to perform a mathematical computation. And part of that mathematical computation reveals a code, and that the first computer that arrives at that code is able to post that transaction on the network. Okay. And so that posting of that transaction on the network allows them to then earn the commission from that transaction. And so it reveals this block here. This block every 10 minutes is then dumped into the mining pool. Okay. And so only the computer that put the CPU power into there to process it, only that computer is allowed to pull the Bitcoin back out that they put there. Okay. And as part of this process, every 10 minutes, a bit of new fresh Bitcoin is created as well in this process. Okay. And so this is really cool stuff. But what's happening is there's some intrinsic problems with the network. Is the mining companies, they use up a lot of electricity. Okay. And this is where we come in. We come in with a booster, and what the booster does is it makes it more efficient. I'll explain how it makes it more efficient. It makes it more efficient because the booster now detects the movement on the network. And so it tosses out those jobs that don't need to get done. Just a moment ago, I talked about how the only computer the first computer that resolves the mathematical problem, they receive the reward. Every other computer that posts after that is simply confirmation, but they don't receive any funds for that. They don't receive any reward. It's just simply confirmations. And so by us processing it this way, we provide the information to the mining machines of what jobs to process. The mining machines process those jobs, ease of functionality first, and tosses out those jobs that don't need to get done, don't need to get paid. Okay. And so this process makes it more efficient. Also, on this process, the mining companies that we've got a contract with, we've got 3 mining companies. One is in Texas, one is in Ethiopia, and the other one's in Cambodia. And each one of those mining companies has certificates, is registered with their respective countries, with the respective governments. Okay. Because we all want to be above board here, being legal everywhere. And so they are registered, and we have those contracts with them. If in this process, those miners, they have the Bitcoin that they were producing before, and so we're not taking away from what they were producing. We're simply adding on to what they are producing. So they have the amount that they were producing, and now with us involved, they're producing more efficiently, more Bitcoin, and we share that out back to them. So 60% of what we earn, those Bitcoins that we share with the mining farms, 60% goes back to the mining operation, 35% goes to the marketing plan, and 5% goes to the back to the parent company, which is BitHarvest. Now, the reason why that's important is because you want to keep the lights on. You need to pay the IT staff, which is really good. You need to pay the accounting staff, which is really good, and keep everything all nice and smooth and flowing. And so we share that back to them. So in this example, it shows the chart that we have made, on April 3rd, 10 Bitcoins. Up to May 22nd, we had made 50 Bitcoins. By June 26th, we'd made 100 Bitcoins. So of the 100 Bitcoins, 60 went back to the mining operation, 35 goes back to the marketing plan, and 5 went to the parent company. Okay. So let's compare making a business where you own boosters compared to when you own just a regular business. Okay. And the advantage of having a business, a regular business compared to owning boosters. Hey, so Window, let's share this screen together, okay? And I'll talk about the old way and you can talk about the new way. What do you think about that? If you own a business, okay, so many of us have been in business before. You know that your business, you've got a setup costs for your business. So in this example, I'm going to buy my business for $50,000, okay? But to run a business, you got operating costs. You got to keep the lights on. You got to pay your staff. You got to buy more product. You got to do all sorts of stuff. And my monthly costs, estimating, let's call it $1,000. And so as a result, my monthly income is about $1,000. Window, what are you doing over there?
Well, I'm just gonna chill. I realize the world has shifted. I'm not going down the old road right now. I'm gonna let my wealth work for me without me working. And I'm gonna get 50 of these bit boosters for the same 50,000 that you're about to go and do a whole bunch of work.
Okay. That sounds great. And so do you have any reoccurring monthly costs with that?
Nope.
Not a single one. Gee.
No employees, no nothing. I just turn them on 48 hours later. They start working and that's it.
Wow. So my yearly estimation is about $12,000. What's your yearly estimation?
My year, well, we ain't got to go to my yearly. We can start with my daily. So while you were building the business and trying to find employees and dealing with all the stuff you're going to have to deal with, 48 hours later, I started making an estimated $200 a day. That comes up to an estimated $6,000 a month. And the yearly, about 72,000 estimated.
Oh. So how do we come up with this estimation?
I use a very simple math. The machines are $1,000. Each machine produces somewhere between $3 to $5. Since I've been here, it has not gone below 3. It has gone over 5 a few times, but somewhere between $3 to $5 estimated per machine. So I went right in the middle. My estimated number is $4. So for every machine times the machine times $4 gives us these estimates that you see on the screen.
All right. Oh, well, let's say that you don't want to talk to anyone. Is that okay?
The numbers on the screen reflect speaking to absolutely nobody. No texting, no calling, no signing them up, no hoping they get in, no please, 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 no monthly. No, nope. If I told nobody, those numbers on the screen are the estimates with absolutely talking to nobody, including employees.
Wow, that's amazing. So I know that real estate is a really good way to make income. Like I can store wealth in real estate. I can buy all sorts of real estate. If I have an apartment building, for example, I have another door. I want another suite and get a tenant in there, and it's making me more money. Okay, so let's say I buy a unit for $100,000. Well, I've got to fix it up, advertising. If I don't have a tenant in there, I'm now spending money. And otherwise, if I do have a tenant, great. My monthly estimate is about 500, yearly income about 6,000. So what are you doing over there, Wendell?
All right, so it looks like you actually didn't do it that 100,000. I actually did 100,000. You actually did 100,000 to start. Then
Yeah.
the fix up, the advertising, all the other stuff. So yeah, on my 100,000, I got 100 bit boosters.
Wow.
Then I kick back Again, about 48 hours after these are turned on, they're on. That's it. No arbitrage, no mining, none of that. We're not doing any of that. The machine does that. So once they're turned on, daily estimated about $4,000, about $400 a day estimated.
$400 a day, and that's my monthly was $500. You're making more a day than I am monthly.
Oh, you said monthly. Oh, no problem. 5 figures. Estimated $12,000 a month. Still doing no work. Just turning on boosters.
Just turning on boosters. Okay. So the booster, it makes Bitcoin for us because it's connected to the mining farm. Okay. So let's compare having one booster. Let's compare to buy, you got one Bitcoin. It's just $100,000 now today. So you could buy 100 boosters. But let's just use this example here of 70 boosters. So if I have one Bitcoin, it's sitting in the bank and it just sits there next year and I do nothing with it. It just sits in the bank. What happens there, Wendell?
If you have a booster,
No, if I have Bitcoin, Bitcoin is
Bitcoin, I'm
just
sorry.
sitting in the bank.
Again, it's just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Well, you're gonna have a same booster next year, still sitting there doing nothing.
Now, it is possible that the price of Bitcoin will go up or it might go down. It's more probable it's going up, but it'll just do nothing. But let's say I put that one Bitcoin to use and I buy some boosters. Now what have I got there, Wendell?
Now, because you taking something that's stagnant and actually put it in a position to increase on its own, it's growing. In 1 year, you could potentially estimated growth of about 80%, meaning your one booster turned into 1.8 boosters estimated.
Nice. So in this slide here, we are doing 70 boosters, and I make this year 1.823 Bitcoins. Next year, of course, I would still have at least 70 boosters, but I personally would have more because I compound. But the 70 boosters, same 70 boosters next year would make me 1.823 Bitcoins. The year after that, my 70 boosters, another 1.823 Bitcoins. And so I get paid in Bitcoin every day. Okay. So let's compare different. If you have one shared, 50 boosters, okay, doesn't matter. You start where you're at. Okay. If in this example, most people are that they have about 50 boosters in this example, that's about $6,000 a month. Okay. And that's a really nice income. Some people start off here. Some people start a little bit more. Some people start a little bit less. And that's okay. You need to know your situation and where you're at so that you can then just enter where you're at. Like some people started with one share. I did. And you grow your account to get to where you need to be, where you want to be. And that way it pays you every single day. There's one lady that walked in the office. She bought 500 boosters. A few weeks later, she bought another 1,000 boosters. And then a few weeks after that, another 1,000 boosters. She doesn't have a single person on her team. And she's making, $8,000 a month. That's amazing.
She's at 3,500 boosters now.
Woo-hoo-hoo! She said
Walter keeps downgrading her income. I keep trying to keep him at the 3,500, but he keeps kicking her back down.
I have a question here. I'm pretending I'm one of the users now. This total that you're saying, I'm just going to go to the third line, 1,000 USD, one booster, this much per day, 120 a month. Are you including all the funds, the commission wallet, the register wallet, and the booster wallet, whatever in that total? Or how are you getting that 120?
Absolutely not. We about the cake. I know you've been gone for a while. I'll take this one, Walter. No, this is literally just from boosters. Nothing about the extra, nothing about building a team. Literally just a booster average per booster, $4 between that $3 to $5 range. That's why the numbers are so low. Under promise, over deliver.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So I mentioned just a moment ago that we pull our Bitcoin directly from the mining pool. Okay. And because like I said, the only way you can get it in there is by is by being attached to a mining operation. And so this is how we pull it out. And this is a way to verify that it comes out. I'm just going to turn the volume on.
Process of conducting a transaction and verifying it on the blockchain.
Okay, so that's what she's
First,
gonna do.
sign into your
I have enough forward because she's going to go through the process of withdrawal and there. So at this stage here, you can go to this web page and you can put in the blockchain address and it'll verify for you. And so she's now going to show you.
paste your BTC wallet address. Click on the TX ID, which is transaction ID. Verify the date. It was received on March 14th, 2024 at 17 hours, 27 minutes, and 55 seconds. Note the block height as 834644. Then, scroll down to see that our address, BC1P30, received 0.001 BTC. Next, click on the sender address, 3MPFY, which is the BitHarvest cold wallet. Scroll down again to identify the source of the BTC input. Click on the sender address, BC1QKG, which is also a BitHarvest cold wallet, having sent 0.499 BTC. Continue scrolling down, then click on the sender address, BC1Q4LM, which sent 0.5 BTC. This is identified as the mining pool wallet. By scrolling further, you can verify the input is from ViaBTC, the mining pool company. That's it.
That's it. Because we get our Bitcoin from the mining pool company. There's just a couple other things I wanted to show. So this one last thing with regards to our MSB license. Okay, this is the most important thing about this company. It's just coming up. Sorry, is we have our MSB license. Here, just let me move those out of there so you guys can see. And what this is really significant. MSB stands for Money Services Business. Companies like Binance, KuCoin, Crypto.com, Coinberry, Coinbase, they all have to have the MSB license. What the MSB license is, it's from an agency in the United States called Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, Department of Treasury. And what they are responsible for is they want to make sure that there's no money laundering going on. Okay, so you can't be a Ponzi scheme because that's exactly what they're doing is money laundering. The bottom people put it in, the top people take it out. Okay, so they want to make sure that there's no money laundering going on, that the funds are coming from where they say they're coming from, they're going to where they say they're going to. Okay, and this is an agency in the United States, and this is what makes us authorized to work in the United States. So you can just click on that, the little QR code there, type in the number 31000-270-260-594, and that will take you directly to our license.
Let me share my screen. I'm going to show them my actual wallet right now. This is right from a screenshot from my phone. Okay. You guys see that? And that's on the screen here now. And that is from my phone. I had Daniel, one of our leaders, sit with me in a workshop. I train people here intensively week to week in my satellite BitHarvest office. And you can see right there, this is a screenshot from the mempool right out of my phone. That's out of my phone. I clicked back on the transaction links, just like they show you in the video. And to be really, look at the date there, like the timestamp, 11/25. I've been with the company since April. I just believed what they told us. I watched the videos like you guys. I didn't even ever try it. I didn't find any reason to, because, skeptics, whatever, but I didn't care. I physically did it on November 25th. I actually literally, okay, Daniel, have a look, Mr. Unbeliever. Press this, do this, and look at it coming right here from ViaBTC, right there. You see that little in the middle there, the thing? That's exactly what it showed on my phone. And he was like, wow, okay. It's real. You can't fake this. You can't fake the blockchain. You can't Photoshop the blockchain. None of that. It's all legit. And again, we're the only ones in the industry that are doing this, delivering the Bitcoins directly to everybody in the family from the pool level. So it's a big deal. It's the most transparent level of business there is. First went to the office back in April. It was an interesting time. I had no idea what I was walking into. I had no idea what it was. I had no idea about anything, but I had a great idea about what it was because I come from the mining industry. So I want to show you guys this video of me here. That admit button's in the way there. Where is it? There. This is me 6 years ago, right by Walter's house, because I live by him. He's my neighbor. And we're in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. And we built this largest mine of its time 6 years ago called Hut 8. And there's me with the bald head in the suit there. And everybody was here. The National Post, the Journal, Business Journal, everybody was here this day. And this was the launch of the operation. Since then, Riot Mines has stolen the top spot, and they're the biggest in Texas now. But for a long time, Canada held the #1 spot of Bitcoin mining. And I've been passionate about this stuff for years. You can see my kitchen table here, circa 2017 here in Canada. And I'm building my own mining rigs, and I sold these rigs for $10,000 each, and I sold hundreds of them. And that's a JanSpeed performance rig. So I understand, the technology. I'm passionate about it. I've been with Bitcoin since 2011. In fact, the first Bitcoins I bought, 10 of them at $20. I still have them, and they're in Canada. They're worth $150,000 each, and I paid $20 for them each. So do the math on that. That never happens in this world, right? And when I was there buying the first 10, of course I had no idea what I was buying. No one does. I would lie to you guys if I knew. But now, fast forward this many years, you know that I'm the happiest guy dancing in the streets. When Bitcoin hit 100K, I was literally dancing in the streets recently, to be honest. I really was. Everyone was looking at me funny, like, what's his problem? He's so happy. Well, that's why I'm so happy. I bought the stuff at $20. It hit 100K USD. Like, who wouldn't be happy, right? Think about it. And so that's the deal. And Bitcoin is just getting started. Like, this is now the big phase 2 of development. So we're going to see a lot more gains in this whole thing. But let's go back to my very first day here. I want to turn off the captions here. Okay. So this is me at headquarters in my first 30 minutes in history. And I get my wife to hold my phone and make a video. And I'm going to explain to you guys what I learned that day in 30 minutes. Hi, everybody. Jan Gregory here, the inventor of the Bitcoin Blueprint. And I've got something in my hand here that is really, really special. This is called the Bit Booster, and this is Bitcoin mining at its finest. You're gonna mine on the blockchain with this USB device. Come have a look. This guy right here plugs into the system, and this will mine Bitcoin every single day, $5 to $10 in rewards, consistently, while you sleep, all the time, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And the analysts are saying if you hold decimal 001 of Bitcoin, in years coming, you'll be a millionaire. So think about that right now. You need to accumulate and get as much Bitcoin from the market as you can. And this little device right here is the answer. Get with me, all my leaders, all my networkers. This product is ready to go today. Brand new, just for you. Thank you. Okay, that was the first video I made. And that video, Marcos was my very first contact in BitHarvest, first guy I signed up. And he took that video, and everyone at the beginning took it, and this thing went viral. Everyone saw this video. Everyone was texting it around, WhatsApping it, Telegramming it, Facebook Messengering this video. And this is the very first video that got everybody interested in the product and the whole system that we have. Then I went in the server room and I did this video for a minute. Have a look. Hi everybody, Jan Gregory here at the Bit Booster server farm. And in my hand, I have what's called the Bit Booster. This is a USB device, and this is like a turbocharger. This allows you to make more Bitcoin from the blockchain by utilizing this device. Here we've got server racks running, you've got different schematics flying here, and we've got different boxes that are housing each one of these. And each device has an individualized serial number. So when you purchase a Bit Booster, it's yours. Now on the screen here in the app, you can see the performance running here, and you can see that the Bit Booster is active number 1. Now, as I go up here to the box, I'm gonna unplug this guy right now. Okay, number 2, unplugged. And you can see now that it's become inactive. And this is this serial number of this entire unit right here. And it's down here, you can see it correlating right to the actual device, okay? It correlates to both. And then I'll go back and I'll plug that back into the server box, okay? Boom, it's in, and boom, we are reactivated again. And look at that, performance is up again. And so I want to show you guys that it's real. I want to show you that the product's really working, and I want to show you that we really have a server farm, and I want to show you guys the performance of the device. Thank you so much, you guys. Get involved. Okay, and that was a big deal that day. And then I sat in the office and I made this video. Hi everybody, Jan Gregory here, inventor of the Bitcoin Blueprint. Many of you know me. I've been in the crypto space now since 2011. And today I've got something really special to show you guys. This USB device is a piece of technology called the Bit Booster. And what this thing does is helps us extract more Bitcoin from the marketplace. Think of it like a turbocharger, okay? And you can actually make more Bitcoin from the blockchain by utilizing this little guy right here, okay? And so we've got these available now. You guys can sign up with me. You guys can get involved today. It's a full program. We're out here building community around this device, around this project, and everybody wins. You're gonna make more Bitcoin than ever before. There's obviously a full platform and full software. You can see the schematics, you can see the booster, you can see the performance of the device. And what I want you to do is take action today. I want you guys to really give this thing a try. It's affordable, it's for everybody, it works, and it's something that we've never seen in the industry before. So let me know, send me a DM if you're interested, and I'll send you guys a link, and we'll get to business on the Bit Booster. Thank you. So this is when I hit 500 boosters, and this was the first 2 weeks. So we had hit 500 boosters in team sales in the first 2 weeks.
One.
All right, let me see here. Just finding out what we have here. Okay, wow, we did it. We hit 504 boosters, 500,000, 504. Woo! 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Woo! Andy, high five. Let's get it. Big booster for the win. 2 weeks, we're killing this. We're killing this. Ow! Champions in the house.
We hit the 1 million in another 10 days.
Let's go.
Yes.
I'm ready. Tell me, Captain. Tell me the goals. Motivate me. Woo! So happy. So that was the first 500 machines. Then after that, I made this video, and let me show you this one. 504 boosters.
One more time, go.
504 boosters sold. 2,000 leaders signed up. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Breaking records at BitHarvest. #1 in the house. 2 weeks. My first goal, 1,000 boosters. We're halfway there. My second goal, 10,000 boosters. My third goal, 100,000 boosters. Let's get to work, family. Let's take this by storm. We've got the best product in the world. Bit Booster, BitHarvest for the win. Let's get it. And it says second goal, 10,000. Right now, this minute, let me log in here and check for you guys, but I'll do it in a sec, but 700 boosters away right now from 10,000 today, and the month is not over. And the goal was 10,000 by December 31st. And the way the numbers are working, the way that everybody's enjoying, the way that everyone's buying and making Bit Booster their Christmas present this year, we are going to hit the 10,000 by the end of the month for sure. And so again, I want to extend a massive, massive thank you to all of you for being dedicated, for trusting the process, for enjoying the product, for making the Bitcoins with us, for getting out there and sharing this amazing opportunity. And I just want to take you guys back a little bit in history and show you the growth. You know, I was jumping out of my chair at 500 boosters. I don't know what kind of dance I'm going to do when I hit the 10,000 here in a minute, but it's going to be a big dance, I'll tell you right now. And so then the next goal is phase 3. So phase 2 is where I'm at now. And we're almost, you know, at the 10,000 mark on phase 2. Then we move to phase 3, and we're going to 100,000 machines in this team right here with all of you. So don't think for a minute this isn't growing. Don't think for a minute that you're not growing. Nobody will be broke ever again on our team. Even with one booster, one share, incrementally saving that Bitcoin over the next 5 years, nobody will be in any financial disparity ever again in this family. And that's the real deal, and that's real numbers, and that numbers don't lie. Wendell's our guy. And so all you got to do is stay the course. You just got to keep doing what you're doing. You got to be part of the journey, and you just got to stay focused and do what I do. You know, copy me on everything. Set goals, work hard, build it up. And I'll tell you guys, I always tell the truth. At the very beginning of any business, it's small potatoes. It looks like a mountain that's going to take forever to climb. It looks daunting, but it's not that bad. You just got to get in the rhythm and the groove every day and do your thing week to week like we do and just watch it grow. 8 months and we've hit 10,000 boosters almost right now. And I know we're going to do it by the end of the month. Come on, you guys know we're going to do it too. Right now, my account is processing well over 100 boosters a day. So we've only got 7 days left. We'll just call it like that on the average. And in 7 more days, we'll have the 10,000 boosters in the goal trophy cabinet, like you imagine, right? And so let me show you some more stuff about that too. I received this trophy this year, right? This is the 4-star acknowledgement trophy that I got, thanks to all of you and all of us working so hard. And this is the first time in my life I ever even won an award in the crypto industry. And it felt like the Academy Awards of crypto that day. But I still remember that this day like yesterday. I really felt something different. I felt welcomed. I felt accomplished. I felt the leadership that I've always wanted to be. I changed a lot for this company. I changed a lot for all of you this year. I come out of last year, which was scam season 101. It killed me. It killed everybody. And I came back to work this year, with something legitimate, quality, real, all of that. And it changed me. Like, I've changed myself, my personality, my quality of work, what I'm dedicated, how I do it. I really changed. And I want to tell you that winning this trophy was part of the switch that flipped in me, and also part of the, I knew I was on the right track of doing it how I'm doing it. I really felt that I was on to something betterment this year. I knew we had a redemption. And let me tell you more. Last year was scam season. So many of us lost money. Of course I did too. I got it all back myself this year. And when I started back in May with you guys, I told you this is the redemption company. Like, we're going to get all the funds we lost in the last year back here today at BitHarvest. And some of you didn't believe me. And that's okay. It's hard to believe everything out there. I respect that. But I went for it. And I will tell you today, I've got all the money that I lost last year back in my pocket, plus more. And it just took 8 months. Think about that. 8 months. And everything is back to normal again. All the money lost, I got it back, plus, and everybody's happy. We've got everybody making Bitcoins. It's an amazing journey. It's an amazing story. We could make a little mini documentary out of everything that happened here, right? And I'll show you one more thing that I got. And so when I went to the 4-star retreat in Phuket at the beginning of November, there's not that many 4-stars in the company, as you guys know. It's hard to get up to the 4-star level for some. And it's just a challenge, right? But you get there. Everyone will get there. Just keep working. Don't worry about it. Just keep working. But anyway, they gave me this passport cover for my passport and have my name on there from BitHarvest. And what this is not just this cute little passport cover. This is an invitation for me to go to the NASDAQ listing and the NASDAQ event that's coming up in the future. And so all the people that achieved this level of business with the company got this passport cover with their name engraved on there. And so I have this little token of future involvement that's coming down the highway for me. And some of you will still get this. We're having another 4-star event in May in Dubai. They also gave me a pen in a beautiful box with this thing. And there's Datuk Mark, our CTO, and Logan, our CEO, all engraved on here. And the pen is not just a pen. You guys, sell me the pen, Walter. Sell me the pen. The pen is part of signing an agreement at that 4-star retreat. And I signed an agreement, and they gave me $10,000 cash in an envelope. US dollar, $100 bills, elastic band, red envelope, Asian red envelope style. And they gave me 10K and said, here you go, bro. And I was like, whoa, okay, what's the deal? And I had to sign a deal that I would sell this many boosters by this such and such a date. Well, whatever that was, me and Mario, you guys don't know Mario enough. He doesn't come to our calls, but him and I went to work like animals, and we both got an envelope, and we both tripled what we were supposed to do, whereas many people didn't even make it. So there you go. So the self-motivation, the confidence, the quality of work, all of that sort of stuff ends up, accumulating into bigger things. Even at the company level, they care about us. They care about each and every one of us. And as we all move up the ranks, more and more of you will build bigger and deeper relationships with the company as we grow. But I will tell you this, 4-star is the magic level where it all opens up for you. Even right now, I'm in my satellite BitHarvest office. They pay for everything. We got screens, we got banners, we got trophies, we got devices, we got polo shirts, hats. They furnished me with all this stuff and also paid the bills for the entire office every single month. But you got to get to 4-star level to get the perks of that achievement. And I'm here today, thanks to all of you. And we're not stopping. Like, we are growing. Again, it's a daunting journey at the very beginning. I wanted to give up. I'm a human being. I'm honest. I wanted to throw in the towel many days there. I was looking at the numbers. I'm like, man, I'm working like an animal here. And you know, when is this thing going to pop? When is this going to get big time? And I just kept at it, never stopped. And then it just began to snowball, as Walter uses that analogy. The snowball was a little one, and then it got into a big one. And today, I think earnings wise, I'm with my daughter's account and mine, we're making almost a Bitcoin a month right now between the two of us. So almost a Bitcoin a month now. And that's still small potatoes. There are going to be a day in the future in our calls. You'll see I'll be making 10 Bitcoins a month here. And it's not going to be crazy to hear that and see that. It just will take time, and we'll build it up, and we'll build it up, and we'll build it up, and we'll build it up. And if anything, my story, my journey, my dedication, everything that I'm about here with you guys, you know, copy me, follow me, do your version of you like me, and just watch what happens. Like, I can tell you from real life experience, it's absolutely worth it. BitHarvest was the best decision of my life to join it, take us to the headquarters every month and distribute the product worldwide. They have been excellent to me and everybody in our family since the very first day. The people that matter, it's a people business first, you know, Bitcoin second. The people are all hardworking. No one's even left the company since the start. Everyone's still managing their post, still doing their stuff. Everybody's still growing and very excited about where we're going. And it's really good people there. Like, they're really good people there. They're not from crypto world. They're not from scam token sauce. None of this. These guys are IT professionals. They've been running IT business for over 10 years. Technology is their specialty, software, hardware. And we're like a software, hardware startup. Like, we really are like a startup, and we just started this year. And all of us BitBooster owners are kind of like pseudo investors in the startup. And we're all getting like a dividend every single day in Bitcoin for our commitment and our investment. You know, that kind of thing. So it's like a dividend coming in every day. It's like we're investing in the startup, and everything is blossoming and flourishing according to plan. So it's been an amazing journey. It's actually so powerful. I can't wait to tell the story to my grandkids someday, you know, about all of this sort of stuff. But yeah, I want you guys to really believe in yourselves, and you can believe in the company, and you can believe in Bitcoin, and you can believe in the BitBooster, and you can change your life here. I have done it. I've changed parts of my personality. I've changed my financial stability and outlook. I've changed the way I do business in the networking industry. So many things have changed in me and us in this year. It's been amazing, like absolutely amazing. And I don't think I could have done this with any other company. I really don't. I've tried so many, and maybe you guys have too. Like, nothing worked for me before. Nothing was real. Nothing was solid. Nothing was something I could stand on and rely on and have my reputation, 5-star on. It didn't exist till now. And so BitHarvest and the BitBooster is more than what it looks like. It's more than how much it is. It's more than the fact that it just makes Bitcoin. It's a absolutely powerful community of powerful people all coming together and enjoying this new economy for everyone involved. Now, let me tell you more. Next year, a lot of the analysts are saying that we're going to have another financial storm, something similar to 2008. If that happens, and these guys somehow know everything that we don't know, if that happens, we're going to be in the best chair in the house because we're all padded up with Bitcoins. So we're not going to get affected. And everyone else will. Everyone else that is on that paycheck to paycheck lifestyle, scraping along, they're going to get hit the hardest. And I'm sad for them. And I love those people out there, the everyday citizens. That's why I do this. And we have something here to empower them. So two things might happen next year. We might get really busy because as the financial system begins to, cause major effect worldwide, more and more people are going to come into the crypto industry. Bitcoin is the big the big name of that, and so we potentially could get way busier next year than we even are this year. And then for all of you, Wendell, and there's so many names to name. There's 10,000 of you. I can't tell you all your names because I couldn't even remember all 10,000, but I love you all like a grandpa. And, grandpas don't even know all the grandkids' names. Ask Walter. He's got too many. It's a joke. But the thing is they're all the grandkids and everybody that's in it with us this year now already. I don't care what size booster, even the $100 club. It doesn't matter what size. Every single person that is in with us this year is going to be thanking us like crazy next year for getting them involved this year and getting them started and getting them moving down the highway of that second economy. It's a life changer. It's a game changer. It's an economy changer. And so next year, we'll see what happens. But I have a suspicious feeling that more and more regular citizens that didn't embrace Bitcoin yet, that wanted to, that felt they missed it, that felt it's too expensive, all these things, they're going to come to us and we're going to show them how we do things. And even myself, like when I learned years before I met all of you that I could do mining and make Bitcoin from, the network, I got really passionate about that. Like, who wants to buy the stuff? Let's mine for it and let's make it in the real industry. And you can look at BitHarvest as a solution provider of software and hardware. You can look at all yourselves as investors in the startup. And you can look at the mining industry, the mining partners we have, Texas, like that. Those are our customers. We are providing a software, hardware solution for our customers. And a lot of people have asked me hard questions in these Russian calls. Well, why don't we just sell the boosters to the mining farm and they can do it? Well, there's an answer for that. Now, let me tell you the deep answer. I know a lot of you would like to know this. First of all, the majority of the mining farms don't own the mining machines on the shelf there. They don't own them. They're on lease. You guys ever leased a car before? Okay, well, they lease the machines from Bitmain. Bitmain technically owns the majority of mining machines around the world. Like, they own them still. They pay rent on them. They pay lease on them. So they have a service agreement. So if they want warranty, if something fails, they have to stay within the conduct of the service agreement. Therefore, they can't do any upgrades, boosting, modifications of any kind in-house. It will void their service agreement. And they're on the hook for 10,000s of machines in their factory, right? So they're not going to jeopardize that. So they have to go to an outside, second party, third party, whatever you want to call it, supplier to supply that boosting technology to them. And this is why BitHarvest is so good and so smart, because we have this huge mining farm industry running out there before we even showed up. And then now we have a product that is able to sell to them and provide to them third party like this, that's a no cost to them. And they're engaging with us. Right now, we've got a huge list of government licensed mining farms that all want to be in business with us. And we'll get there because as we have more boosters come online, we need more mining machines to piggyback on. So we'll end up having 4 farms, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 partners real fast here. You'll see by next year, we'll probably have 10 mining farm partners by next year, end of the year. And so that's why the mining companies don't buy it themselves. They can't. They just can't do it. They're under contract. It's not going to happen. And that's why we have a business. If you think about it, we have an open window opportunity identified there, and we are that solution provider to an industry that needs us. They need more. They need more Bitcoin. They have big costs. And that's another thing that's a lot of people don't know. A lot of the Bitcoin operations that are mining are running at really slim margins, like really slim. They're on that tipping point of paying the bills this month and not next month like this, right? So it's really expensive on the electricity and upkeep of what they have going on. Hence why they lease the machines for capital cost reasons and pay on that service contract. And Bitmain, go look them up. Bitmain is one of the richest companies in China. Like, they're massively rich. and their machines go up in price when Bitcoin goes up because they're smart. So, it was $7,000 for a machine from them in August. Now Bitcoin's 100 and something K. The machines are all 20,000 and up now. So they have a sliding scale on their price menu according to how much Bitcoin is worth too. So they're not stupid either. They're juicing as much as they can get out of those mining farm partners that they have out there and buying their machines, leasing their machines. So it's a little complicated on their end, which is not our problem, but that's why we have a business. We have amazing opportunity to do more and more and more out there. There are millions of mining machines in operation around the world. There are thousands of mining operations in business around the world. So, and that's all for another 125 years. So I really don't think we're going to run out of partners for sure. I don't think we're going to run out of Bitcoins for sure. I know we're going to run out of machines someday, but that's okay. We'll make more. We'll get more. We'll make new models. But at the end of the day, the stuff that we're relying on, plugged into, making our money from, it's all like 125 year, longevity. So again, my goodness, if we all live another 125 years to see the Bitcoins fully mined out of the system, it'll be a glorious day. And now remember, once the Bitcoins are mined out in 125 years, Bitcoin is still operating. Bitcoin is still transacting. And in 125 years, how much do you think Bitcoin's going to be worth? Like, really think about that for a minute. Do the math like Michael Saylor. Hit that spreadsheet. Bitcoin is going to be astronomical, like astronomical. And you'll hand this down to your grandkids. You will empower your entire families. This is a legacy project in the making here. And that's another thing I'm so enthused about and proud of and really happy to see, how this is all panning out in the future. So it's really big. It's a really big deal. And it doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like it at $100 booster or $1,000 booster, but it's really big. Like, it's a big deal. And we're so fortunate to be able to plug into BitHarvest and become, part of that mining industry as average citizens, and affordable entry point, good quality and consistent dividend returns every day. Like, my goodness, it's a gift from God, no matter which way you look at it. And for those that still don't understand, that's okay. Come to more Zooms, keep learning, keep understanding. But for those of you that do understand, I want to show you that this is big time. This is bigger than most people can fathom of where they're going with everything. Do you know that we have given away over $30,000 of prize money in the 8 months now? Over 30K. I was looking at the numbers today. Over 30K back into the family since the 8 months has gone by. That's a lot. That's a lot of grandpa's money back into the kids. So you guys should be happy with that. Before the new people happen. There was a time when I ran my own business and I needed money for bills, like everyone does in business. You're entrepreneurs, you got bills and staff costs and all this stuff. And I was low, waiting for some receivables to come in, like always, because every business has that same drama, waiting for this check to come in, blah, blah, blah. So I was waiting and waiting and it never showed up and I had to pay today. And so I had Bitcoin. Of course I did. So I went over to my Bitcoin pile and I took out, I think it was like 2K that I needed that day. So I took out 2,000 from my Bitcoin. And of course I didn't want to sell it. And it bothered me. And I'm like, shit, I don't want to do this right now, kind of thing. But I did it. I got to take care of my people first, right? And so I did it, done, whatever. And I paid and I was all handled. A couple of months later, I come back to my Bitcoin pile and I have a look. And the 2K that I
beginning of the call. So if you look at this chart, like the formula to be successful financially is very, very simple. This is like the absolute base how this works. Supply low and demand high. If you find that, it's like a principle. It has to work. Why? Look at the screen. Here's Bitcoin, the orange thing. Then the halving start right here. Halving means whatever they were producing gets cut in half. So for the next 4 years, it's less. Well, what happens if there's less of something? Now, keep in mind for those who might have came on late, 21 million Bitcoin, not 21 gazillion, trillion, billion, quadrillion. No. 21 million. That's it. That is super scarce. 8 billion people on the planet. So just do the math. If let's say 1 billion people know about Bitcoin, only hundreds of millions have it, the rest of them don't, and the other parts of the world have no clue about Bitcoin yet. Well, let's see what happens, because here's a chart. In 2012, look what was happening, going higher. 4 years later, another halving. It cut the supply in half. Look at the line. Look at the next 4 years. Look at the line. This is the formula you want to have when you are trying to build. You want this gap, where these green arrows are, to keep getting wider and wider. Do you see anywhere in a 4-year period where it does not get wider and wider? This is why I keep saying it. I'm going to keep telling people this. Again, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I have the machines. I have Bitcoin. I realize what numbers are. I just follow the numbers. And look at the gap. The gap's not getting closer at any point. These little dips we're seeing that they like to call a crash, 100%. These are what's called a sale. If the car you wanted was on sale, you would be cheesing like a cat if it dipped like this to go get it. The shirt you want, your favorite wallet, whatever. Christmas trees are on sale. Everybody gets excited when there's a sale. It's so amazing to me when the #1 financial instrument ever created by man in the history of man goes on sale. These little putrid little dips right here. These are all sales. Everybody sits around except for a handful of people that get more. This is the formula to financial freedom. Low supply, high demand. Maybe 1 trillion, maybe 1 billion people know. Most still don't have it. 7 trillion left to go. And look at the line. And they're making less at a time. That's what I want to point out. Since you brought it up, like, we needed a visual on what that looks like.
No, I love it. Michael Saylor says it in all his interviews. There's 8 billion people on the planet, 300 million companies that are viable. All of them can be saved with Bitcoin and the 21 million coins. All of them, all of humanity, and all the big companies of the world that are, losing money daily out there, all can be saved with Bitcoin. So that's math I can't even do, but he's already done it. So it's the real thing. It's amazing. People are saying, I've got gold. I said, sell it now. Like, sell it today. Wait till next year. This thing is going to drop like a rock. You watch what happens. Gold is on the way down. Definitely not on the way up. It can't hold that #1 spot forever. Its days are numbered. Gold is coming down and Bitcoin is going up. Just watch what Wendell showed you guys there. He's so right about this. Riot Minds. I show you guys that Riot Minds example because it's the biggest, out there, so people can see the big show, But Riot Minds, Google them right now. They put a call out to buy $500 million worth of Bitcoin at the price it is right now. Not only are they the biggest mine in America and the world, I think, right now, but they are also trying to acquire another $500 million worth of Bitcoin as an asset into their company. And they've got investors all pooling together right now, and they're going to make this buy. And it's in the news. Go see what they're saying about it. But never mind the fact that they've got an operation running for the next 125 years. They're still wanting to buy Bitcoin as a corporation, as a stabilizer for their whole entire endeavor there. So it's not going to stop. We're in phase 2 now. This is when the big dogs come in, and they're already in, the ETFs and all that stuff. Bitcoin will never go down again like it did before. It cannot. Like, there's just too much liquid capital pumping in all the time from all the big institutions now. And this is the best part of the game. This is the best part of the show. This phase 2 for the next 5 years is going to be absolutely, astronomical growth for everybody involved. And this is why I'm here. And that's why I brought you guys here today, this month, this year. This is the start of the biggest part of the Bitcoin history and journey and numbers. All CNN and Business News Network and all those guys have been blabbing about it for years. It's all been small potatoes, and they're still blabbing about it. Watch what happens now. Watch how they blab about it over the next 5 years. It's going to be on every newspaper, every newsreel. Everybody have an opinion, have something to say. Just watch what happens. It's going to be amazing. And let them talk. Meanwhile, we'll collect, right? Let them talk. Well, we stack over here. I'm excited about this. I'm happy. I'm super happy to be stacking the Bitcoins while they talk it up. and do their job, out there. But yeah, it's there's nothing better. There isn't. And if there was something better, my goodness, like Wendell said, we'd know about it. It'd be in the news. Michael Saylor would be buying it today. Mr. Trump would be visiting whatever that was this year. They're not. They're only doing this all around Bitcoin. So think about that. We don't need to prove anything anymore. The proof is already out. It's already real. It's just a matter now of get involved and hang on for the ride. And guess what we're doing? Exactly that. So it's a glorious time. It's a glorious time in history here. And I need you guys to really embrace this. And this Bit Booster is a golden goose that spits out golden eggs every single day. So don't kill the goose. Don't hide the goose under the kitchen table. Show the goose to everyone you know and get them to understand what we're doing here. Get them to get a booster of their own and start the process and start the journey to betterment. Nobody is broke ever again, even if you own one share of a booster. Ever again. You'll never be broke again. You'll always be making income for years and years, and whatever you've made in the process will be growing and growing and growing for years too. So like, my goodness, it doesn't get better than this. So don't be afraid. I seen some people blabbing about the $100 and all this other stuff. Everybody spent more than that on a birthday, on sushi, all that. Give it a try. There's nothing to fear. And like that lady, like we talk about, she's in Vietnam. She bought 3,500 machines already, like 3,500 machines already. And she did a testimony. I don't know if you guys watched the testimonial reel on the BitHarvest channel, but she's in the testimony. Tom's in there. I have a bunch of people all talking about their experience with BitHarvest. It's even in my BitBooster playlist. But she comes on. She doesn't speak very much English, and I'm going to say what she says. It's kind of cute and everything. She's like, all I do is buy machines and I make Bitcoin. Like, that's her statement. All I have to do is buy machines and I make Bitcoin every day. Like, that's all she says, because she can't speak much English. But that sums it up, right? All she has to do is buy machines and she makes Bitcoin every day. She doesn't care about the marketing plan. She doesn't care about, everything else flying around, going on and whatever. Just that fact. All I have to do is buy machines and I make Bitcoin every day. And when she talks, she's so, she's so shocked and happy and content all in that delivery. It's like a full package of emotions there. And it's that simple. All I have to do is buy machines and I make Bitcoin. Again, it doesn't get easier and better and quality and low risk and all of those other variables in there. We're insured. Like, a lot of people forget, we're fully insured with Alliance, right? Bitcoin, we're receiving Bitcoins. That's the best insurance in the world. You're accumulating and growing your wealth day after day. We're dollar cost averaging daily on the dividend. It gets better. Like, there's so many fundamentals all wrapped up in what we're doing at BitHarvest. If you break it all apart, and we should do that, Wendell, we should make a list like that and show everyone. There's so many key things inside this bubble here that's helping everybody win. It's an amazing product. It's an amazing company. It's an amazing invention. And I want to say this too. A lot of people challenge the software and it can't do that. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. In Norway, I was there with Eric. We were doing cloud mining in 2018. So this was going on. In 2017, I received 10 USB drives from China that were little mining devices that could mine Ethereum Classic, ETC. I had 10 of those USBs. I had them plugged in on all my desktops in my office, and I was playing that game too. So what we have here is not, I would say, new, but the way we're doing it, the technology we have, our software, that is all new. So we've taken something that was, I guess, already going on, and then we made it ours. We made it better. We put it in a box. We put it on a custodial deal. We gave out an invoice. We put a serial number on everything. And we put a product in action and made the mining operations our customer. Like, this is a brilliant startup. This is a brilliant company. Like, they're really smart for identifying that open window of opportunity and then putting all of this together for all of us. So I'm super grateful. I don't care what anyone says. I'm super grateful. I feel incredibly blessed to be here. And you can see by my energy, you can see by my commitment, you can see me at head office every month. I'll be in Thailand with all of you in January. I'm all in on BitHarvest and I'm all in on making the Bitcoin since the first day. Nothing's changed there. So there you go. I'm done for today. I want to say goodnight to everybody. You guys could wrap it up. And I'll see you guys soon. I'll probably jump in on Friday's call too, depends on my schedule. And then Walter and I are going to talk. We're going to revamp some Zoom schedules. I know he's doing something on Mondays, but I want to make a better schedule. So we should have a little committee meeting about this and do something a little different time zones and stuff like that, evening time in North America and stuff like that. So we'll figure that out in a minute, but it's time. January's coming and I want to reset the program, you know, and make it better for next year and start off in January a little differently for everybody with more power, just more better of everything. So let's have a chat in the meeting, Walter, Wendell, wherever Andy is. I heard he's not doing well. God bless him. I don't know what's going on, but we'll get him back. Marcos wants to come back to work too. He's definitely wanted to come back to the Zooms. He wrote me a message there the other day. He was my first partner in BitHarvest, Marcos, and so he's still there. He's making a pile of Bitcoins in behind the scenes, but he's super happy. Super happy. He's never been happier, actually. So there you go. And Marcos was one of my mentees. I mentored him all of last year. I turned him into $1 million person. So he's technically a millionaire from my coaching and all that sort of stuff. And I'm still working on all you guys. Like all you grandkids are my job right now. And that's my purpose. Like Wendell said, I want all of you guys to be super wealthy in our family here. And you're on the right track and you're on the right highway with me this year. So stay here and stay strong and don't give up. You know, like I said, everything starts at zero. Everything looks like small potatoes at the beginning. Everything is incrementally growing, but don't be discouraged by that. Be motivated by that and just keep working, and keep growing, and keep helping others. That's the key. You'll never ever get anywhere in your goals if you don't focus on helping others. I proved it to myself, and everyone else can prove it to themselves. But that's the real strategy there. You must help others understand, educate, come to the light, you know, of what we're doing here. And if you do that properly, my goodness, you will build an absolute, you know, big community with BitHarvest. And that's another thing too. We wouldn't be 10,000 strong. We wouldn't have all this love. I can show you my phone right now, and there's no drama in here, no yelling, no complaining, zero. Like I've never ever had that in all last 10 years of my life ever until BitHarvest. So again, something special here, something real special here, you know. And so you got to identify that, and you got to be part of that too. So that said, I'm out. I got to eat my midnight lunch, and I've got to get some rest. I have another big day tomorrow, lots of meetings. People are coming to see me from Dubai tomorrow and in other areas, Thailand as well. So I've got a lot of work in my daytime, and then I've got Zooms in the nighttime. So, you know, do what I do. Just keep working and don't stop, and empower as many people as you can. And you guys will do amazing with us here at BitHarvest. So thank you all so much for being part of our family. Thank you for working so hard. And thank you for being on this journey with me. I'm really, really proud of each and every one of you. So let's keep growing, family. Let's keep going. See you soon all. See all of you soon again.
Have a good night. Go talk to the individual that gave you this video. They care about you. They want you to have a good experience, just like they're having a good experience. Go talk to them. Go create your ID and get your account going. I would encourage you also to buy a booster. Look at your situation and determine what you can do and take action. If you don't take action, you're actually really losing money every day, because the power of the money that you're in, the currency that you have, is going down. And so every day you are losing the ability to buy stuff. Okay? You're losing the ability to pay for stuff. Go take action. Because if you take action, you now have a way to make money. You now have a way to circumvent the lowering price of the dollar, and you now have an ability to make money. You now have an ability to get out of the rat race. Your friend cares about you. That's why he gave you this video. Go talk to him. Have a good experience, just like the rest of us. Make some withdrawals and have a good experience. Have a great day. Talk to you in a bit.